picked up another dude.
We are back here on Unfiltered on GM Worldwide Radio. This is Jay Stallion and your boy James next to me. Just got an update on Bricks. He is on his way in his work clothes, so we will see him in a minute. I know this is late, but since Malachi asked, we will have a question up about the boxing fight this weekend about who won. And I'm adding a second question. Is it time to bench Andy Dalton in Cincinnati? Man, that boy has thrown no touchdown passes and has like 9 interceptions through 2 games.
Is AJ McCarron?
AJ McCarron's the backup, and I am for AJ McCarron because I don't think he ever got a real chance.
Yeah, he never got a chance, but yeah.
Actually, multiple choice. Keep Andy Dalton, put up AJ McCarron, sign Cap. That's your 3 choices. Because there's a lot. I've been hearing rumors that a lot of players in the Bengals locker room want Cap.
Okay.
Which I think any team in the that's the thing. This is a fan issue. Any team, if your team sucks in the NFL right now, they'll take Cap. Any player on that team, defense or offense, will be. Hey, you think Cap can win? If you winning some games, come on. That's what they say. Like, that's every player in the NFL. If he can help us win some games, they need to get him on the squad.
Yeah.
And that's what they think, and that's what they're saying in Cincinnati. So, but yeah, that's my other question for y'all. Do y'all think it's time to let Andy Dalton go ride the bench, go ride that pine? That's what they call saying in the old school days. Serious as man, because I saw a meme this weekend, and it's fucked up, but it's true. What does Cincinnati and North Korea have in common? They got all these weapons, and we never see them.
Oh, shit.
At this point, Cincinnati's North Korea. AJ Green, you got 3 running backs that can start on any team.
Yeah, guaranteed, yeah. Every single one. Jeremy Hill, yeah.
And even though y'all might have the most paroled defense of all time, it's a top 15 defense. Side note, homie Bricks is calling me, so I'm about to go let him in. Or Mal, you got that? Malachi's about to go let him in. We got you. Malachi's coming down. Oh, yeah. Hold on. All right, guys.
10.
Cool.
Wait.
All right, Bricks will be here in 10 minutes, y'all.
Oh.
So we still got that one coming. Cool.
I'll call you back whenever I'm there.
All right.
All right.
Live. But no, man, this is 10 minutes.
Okay.
I subscribe to the station.
So yeah, Rick will be back in 10 minutes. That's why I love doing this live. In a couple months, you'll see the people that watching it now is gonna remember all this back when it's like all proper. We got like paper and notes and makeup in like a year from now. But no, man, like it's either Andy Dalton or damn, I forgot the name of the coach.
Oh, Marvin.
Yeah, Marvin Lewis. Either Andy Dalton or Marvin Lewis got to go.
Lewis.
And they need to make that decision before the end of the month.
Marvin Lewis needed to go years ago.
Yeah, I said that too. Like I always got to proclaim this because I'm like, there are not that many Black or African American coaches. I don't care how you feel politically questions. There's not a lot of them in football.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to say that one of them needs to be fired, that means that man for real hasn't done his job. Because we don't got Black coaches. We just don't.
Who is what's his name? He was on the Bears.
He's the coach of Illinois right now, Lovie Smith. He's the coach of
Lovie
college.
Smith. Yeah, Lovie Smith was a great coach. He had like a winning year that one year, and he lost his job.
And he got fired from Tampa Bay for no reason.
Yeah, Lovie Smith was a great coach. I feel like he should have kept his job over Marvin Lewis. Back then.
Yeah. I guarantee it. It's like a fucking Men's Warehouse commercial. I guarantee you should have kept this job over him. The thing is, people forget Marvin Lewis is the second most tenured coach with the same team in the NFL. The only other coach that has been with his team as long as Marvin Lewis has won 4 Super Bowls. It's Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick can stay on his team the entire time. These are the coaches that had to leave teams to start over again. Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid's a better coach than Marvin Lewis. Even though he didn't get the title in Philly, I think he was a better coach in Philly than him.
Yeah.
Jeff Fisher, we're going to say it. That's an anomaly, but that man did it. He was there for like 20 years in the NFL without winning no games. Without winning no games. Tom Coughlin just left and now is now the VP of the Jaguars?
Yeah.
Which, hey, Jaguars' defenses look good this year. Blake Bortles is probably the only quarterback I think is worse than Andy Dalton at this moment. So you just add that up. But shout out to Deshaun Watson. Texans, this boy was out here looking like a mini version of Michael Vick over the weekend. He had like a 50-yard touchdown run.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to actually that was the Thursday night game. It was beating Cincinnati. That's my issue. That was that man's first ever start. I'm not saying that every rookie quarterback's first start should be an L, but it damn near should always be an L. Like my thing is like even Peyton Manning's rookie year was bad. If you go look up Peyton Manning's rookie year stats, they're pretty bad. And so I'm like, yeah, man, like y'all had a rookie come out here and style on y'all on prime time, while the redheaded stepchild wasn't there.
Yeah.
He was out here asking for some more porridge, please. Swear to God. Oh, the Cincinnati. Rex Burkhead, is that the dude that's on the Patriots that was on the Bengals last year? He has the last offensive touchdown for the Patriots, which was Sunday. He also has the last offensive touchdown for the Bengals, which was last December. He holds the last touchdown for 2 NFL teams at the same time. But like I said, you got to pick one. You don't got to fire them both. But by the end of September, either Andy Dalton needs to be on the bench or Marvin Lewis needs to be watching TV at home.
Not on another team, like not helping.
No, I mean, this is the thing. No matter how bad we think these head coaches are, the reason they're head coaches is because they're amazing coordinators in some position. So when Marvin Lewis gets fired, he will become a coordinator somewhere. It'll be automatic because that's where they came from. That's why, like I've always said, Rex Ryan would be the best defensive coordinator of all time if he would just be a fucking defensive coordinator and stop trying to be a head coach. Yeah. That's what Dick LeBeau did it. Dick LeBeau figured it out. Remember, people forget that that's what was the coach of Cincinnati before Marvin Lewis. It was Dick LeBeau. After that, Dick LeBeau never asked for another head coaching job again. He stuck it out with the Steelers for about, 10, 15 years, and now he's the defensive coordinator of Tennessee right now.
Yeah.
And Tennessee looks pretty decent this year.
Tennessee's a good team, yeah.
So, but Dick Glenn, sometimes you just got to figure it out. Sometimes you're better off being in that back position. To me, for the Steelers, Dick LeBeau was more important than the head coach some years to me.
Oh, yeah.
But he was still the defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. And same thing with Todd Haley. I think y'all be killing Todd Haley. Todd Haley is probably a better offensive coordinator than head coach. He was terrible with Kansas City.
Oh, he was a terrible one, yeah. But he definitely worked around, and we all gave him a chance.
I'm still giving him a chance. Y'all be killing him. Y'all would still. The thing is, Pittsburgh fans would rather have Bruce Arians. And if Bruce Arians was still here, Ben Roethlisberger would have retired last year.
He would have been dead.
So, back over to the Steelers. All right, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. As soon as I found out Sam Bradford was out, I felt like y'all got two preseason games the first 2 weeks of the season because y'all let that Browns game be close.
Yeah.
And then was it Case Keenum was the starter for the Vikings this week?
He sucks.
Yeah. So who does the Steelers play this week? Because this is the first game to me.
I don't.
Like at this point, because of that loss to the Chiefs for the Patriots, there should be no way on the planet that the Steelers don't get home field advantage. But yeah, like I need to know who the Steelers play this week because that's their first game.
Eagles. Oh,
wait, what? No, they can't play the Eagles. They played the Eagles last year. I just know it's a weird thing when you only play the NFC teams once every 4 years.
We always get that one random game.
That's like preseason though, or Super Bowl. But yeah, like I said, when it comes to the Steelers, right, I've always said that I thought they were my Super Bowl pick, but now y'all just letting them stay healthy.
No, Chicago, so that's another bye week.
Oh, yeah, 3 bye weeks. Yo, Chicago is fucking. We can segue over to that.
Baltimore, week 4, week 1.
So in October, the Steelers season starts.
And then Jaguars. So
the Jaguars are better than y'all think. Jaguars be beating the Steelers on some lucky shit every once in a while.
Honestly, after this, yeah, it looks like our season starts after the next week.
No. How bad are the Bears? I've watched the highlights on NFL.com for the Bears. Buccaneers yesterday. It's straight up the only offensive highlights for the Bears are Mike Glennon throwing interceptions. He threw 3 interceptions that game. 2 of them I think were pick sixes. They had Jameis Winston out here looking like a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh man.
And they don't have a running back right now. Remember, the muscle hamsters still suspended. Mike Evans is out here balling.
Wait, I thought Jaquiz Rogers went out.
He did go out there. He had like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. freaking.
There's a real big difference between Jacquizz Rodgers and Doug Martin, though.
Yeah.
Like in size, in skill, I'm not sure. Like I actually think that they don't give. I don't think Rodgers has got the chances he should.
I don't think he ever got the chance.
But in size, I'd rather see Jacquizz Rodgers and Doug Martin come across that line. But yeah, the fucking Bears are terrible. Like the fact that they scored one touchdown yesterday is amazing to me. Like they have one receiver and that's a running back. They ain't got no receivers left.
No,
they ain't got no. Yeah, the Bears are terrible. The Bears are probably worse than the Browns. And again, the only reason the Vikings are that bad is because they didn't have their quarterback. If the Vikings had their quarterback, I'd consider this a legitimate game. Because the Vikings with Sam Bradford is honestly probably a playoff team. So
that's, you still. I'll hold it off. We'll see if he can make it this year. But if he don't come back,
again, Sam Bradford last week injured the same knee that he hurt in college at Oklahoma when he was. We forget Sam Bradford played on the same college team as Adrian Peterson at one point.
Really,
for like a year. It was like his freshman year. But so yeah, same knee in college. He injured the same knee with the Rams when he was second year with the Rams after he got the Rookie of the Year. Now he about to do y'all Vikings fans the same way. Don't get your hopes up when I say Bradford, man. Like I said, don't.
Like they just keep on talking. Stop hyping him up. Just let him go. And if he does,
they got to. They're in a new stadium. They got to give people hope. I'm waiting for one of these terrible teams, aka the Rams or the Chargers, to get a really nice stadium, and for y'all to see what happens when y'all get a real nice stadium with a bad team. Nobody's gonna come watch these games.
I thought that Jacksonville was the one.
Jacksonville Stadium was new when they were a new team. Like when you get it, that's different. When your team is brand new, y'all gonna go to the stadium. Y'all gonna buy them season tickets. And Tom Coughlin, the reason he's a free now is because Tom Coughlin had the Jacksonville Jaguars in the playoffs the second year as a franchise.
Yeah.
They won 10 years that year. 10 games that year.
That was a serious team back then.
It was still as tough. For you to be in the NFL for 2 years in the 90s and to make the playoffs and almost go to the Super Bowl, that's tough. And I think they beat a lot of good teams back then.
I thought Bill Belichick did the Browns dirty whenever he left and whenever.
No, the Browns did everybody dirty. Bill Belichick left because the Browns were moving and they got rid of everybody. The Browns staff from the Cleveland to Baltimore was not the same. The only person that was the same was the owner.
Wow.
They basically erased the that's the thing. Even though I do think the people in Cleveland should count that they have 2 Super Bowls because they took their team away and won 2 Super Bowls with their team. Mm-hmm. It was more like a shell of the team when they went down to Baltimore.
Wow.
But yeah. So also for the Browns fans out here that are peeping the station, Deshaun Kaiser left the game with a migraine yesterday and then came back in the fourth quarter when things were over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I thought my thing is if you say you got a migraine, that means you got a concussion. And I was like, well, no, you ain't got a concussion because they said you got a migraine. So I'm like, you just sitting down because your head hurt? It's like
super migraine. You could not be concussion.
He just took it.
That can't be something that happens continuously. Isn't that why they got rid of the Steelers got rid of the tight end last year?
Oh,
Darius Green?
Yeah, he had a bunch of concussion issues. Yeah, so I mean that's when it was in San Diego or LA or San Diego.
No, it was San Diego still.
Yeah, San Diego.
That's the thing. When you talk about these teams that just moved in the past tense, as long as the player played there in the former city, you would say San Diego. It's like if I talk about Torrey Holt, I need to still talk about St. Louis.
Because that's where it was done at.
Yeah, that's where St. Louis owns the Super Bowl. Los Angeles does not own the Super Bowl. Oh. To me, the city of St. Louis owns the Super Bowl the Rams won. That should be in their museum or great hall or their town hall or something, but it should be with them. I'm just saying that there should be no
the town.
Oh yeah, because they burned everything down in St. Louis. Hey, off the sports real quick. Shout out to St. Louis. They're the first city, at least that I've seen, to go burn down the suburbs instead of burning down the hood. And I've been reading into this, and they go into where the people care about shit. So, second city, they tried to do that in Baltimore, and then they got frayed in Baltimore whenever they started going down towards the baseball fields, and they were protesting down there. But this is and I'm not saying I condone damaging property and all that shit, but if you want to damage the property of the people that can replace their property. Like people that got insurance on their property. Because everything you do in St. Louis and those neighborhoods that are nicer is going to get replaced. As soon as you go break into the convenience store in your own block, guess who ain't going to get no blunts? You. Because they ain't going to be able to reopen that corner store in your own block for 3 months. That's the type of shit that happens. See, go instead of going to the Unimart, go burn down the Whole Foods. Yeah, that sounds fucked. That's what I'm saying. Instead of Family Dollar, go hit up Aldi's.
Aldi's, come on. Aldi's is still cheap though.
Yeah, man, but they make you pay for them bags, and that's bougie. Bags of bougie. Back over to the sports, though. Like I said, interesting weekend. Dallas got blown out. I know it's always something happy.
That was a big deal. Yeah, I was watching. It looked real bad.
What I heard Ezekiel Elliott had less rushing yards than Tom Brady this weekend.
Oh man, how many yards did Tom Brady have? Shit,
he had 9.
I've seen Tom Brady go out there and he'll go out for a few and then he'll be like, it's like I ain't gonna get hit.
But he had 9 rushing yards. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott had 8. If he was playing that Price is Right game.
Oh man.
So yeah, the Broncos get. This is the scary part about the Broncos. Like I'm at the point where like, are the Broncos like an all-time defense right now? Because their offense is garbage.
Oh, the offense is garbage. I mean, they can have it. They were doing decent with the running game with C.J. Anderson.
C.J. Anderson would have to get 1,200 yards rushing before I considered him a real runner.
Okay, I'm just saying he was doing decent that last night.
Right.
But
I don't trust Trevor Siemian at all.
No, I don't. No way. But watching them just pretty much fold every time. Like I'm talking about we got break here.
He's outside.
But watching the Cowboys offense fold like that, that's wild.
I mean,
it's just showing that's how dominant this defense. They've been dominating for the last 4 or 5 years.
Well, they also said that the Cowboys haven't beat the Broncos since the 80s.
Oh,
which I'm assuming also
Cowboys can't tame them horses.
Are you happy that you got that out there?
I could have said Cowboys can't tame Broncos.
No. The punt was going to be bad regardless.
Yeah,
it was never going to be punny.
Oh.
I had to get that one. Also, on that, back to the Steelers talk. Did you see the terrible fake punt interception?
No, I was going back and forth. I was watching because I was like, I wanted to see if Cleveland was actually good enough to actually be like, oh, hey, Cleveland's actually a better team this year. That's why they were doing good against us. But then watching them against the Ravens, I was like, never mind.
Oh no, I don't know what was wrong with the Steelers week 1. Because to me, I'm like, my mom hit me with the a win's a win. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what you say when you didn't really like how y'all won.
That's right.
Like you didn't like watching that game either. Y'all just won.
Just kind of won it, but no, I didn't. So was it a fake punt with?
So the Vikings attempted the fake punt, and the punt went so badly that it was like one of those interceptions. It was like one of the bad interception glitches where like the ball ends up in the other person's hand, and they're just running the other direction. But I've watched that replay like 4 times, and I don't see the interception happen. I've never seen the actual interception. I just see the camera start following the other guy with the ball, and it's a Viking, or not a Viking, it's a Steeler.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like I'm just. Hey, that's the one thing I'll give the Rams. They ran a fake punt this week and it looked beautiful. Shout out to Hecker out there for that, but. No, so you got to pick and choose these fake punts.
Yeah.
You got to pick and choose fake punts that work. Also, if your punter can run a fake punt. Like there had to be somewhere where when your punter can run a fake punt or not. And the Vikings definitely can. That was my highlight between the announcer saying that Martavis Bryant is baptizing the corners of the Vikings and the fake punt of the Vikings. Like it's just y'all wasn't. That's sad. When you can't score on offense and that fake punt was that bad.
But no, watching was the Cleveland Ravens game. I was like, oh man, Cleveland, they were rolling. They were going. Next year, boom, interception. It was a wrap. It was over. I was like, shh. And I'm like, okay, I'm done watching this. And then I came back to it and I was like, oh, they're on a roll again. Boom, interception. I was like, all right, I'm done with this.
So your Cleveland's bad luck is what you're saying?
Maybe that's fine. I don't care. I mean, but I was trying to hope they were going to at least get something. I was trying to hope they gave it to Joe Flacco like that.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I always keep on saying a year away, and then they traded Joe Hayden, and I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen with the Browns now.
They got McCourty on the defense.
Yes, that's true. What happened to that? What happened to the DN they drafted in the draft? Is he still hurt? Myles Garrett, or not Myles Garrett? Everett or whatever. But I know he was hurt. But no, the thing is, like, I like Deshaun Kaiser to a point. But the point is migraines. Like, if you want to come, you can't hit me. Oh, we look like we about to lose. I got a migraine. I'm gonna start peeping that with him now. I gotta start seeing when you got these migraines. See what these are. You can't throw an interception and be down by 7 and tell me migraine. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Like watching that, he was trying. I think he was trying to make Higgins. He's like a second-year receiver. He was trying to make him look good. It's like when you're playing Madden and you're like, all right, this is the guy I'm just going to throw it to every time. Doesn't matter if he's triple covered. I'm throwing it to him. And that's what it was like. I was like watching like, okay, there's Corey Coleman over here, and then you're throwing up to this dude who's triple covered. That seems like a great idea, guys.
Before we go off this break and finally enter the building, I'm going to leave y'all with the stats to talk about before we come back. The LA Chargers and the LA Rams both hosted home games in the LA metropolitan area this weekend. Also, Saturday, USC hosted the Texas Longhorns in the same stadium the Rams played. USC had 85,000 fans in their stadium this weekend, which holds 100,000 people. That's not where my point is. The LA Chargers and the LA Rams together had 81,000 fans at their combined stadiums. That means USC, the college team, Saturday had more people in one stadium than the Rams and the Chargers could get 2. And the Chargers didn't even sell out a 30,000 seat stadium. Let's understand that too. That's the smallest stadium that the NFL's had since like the 50s. Since Canton had a football team.
Oh man.
Yeah, people forget Canton had an NFL team. Yeah, that's the reason they got the Hall of Fame. They used to have a football team. So yeah, but we will be right back again. Presented by GMOY Radio. This is the Unfiltered and James, your boy Jay Skyline. The Bricks will be in next segment on here on the YouTube Live. We'll be getting in on Kyrie, boxing, UFC, and the football, and finally get his input on the team he was forced to take in the fantasy. So we will be right back here on GMOY Radio.